due to an overwhelming uptick in thefts. Just last week, Walmart closed as many as 4 stores in crime-ridden Chicago. Left-wing cities and states have made shoplifting nearly legal by letting such criminals off with barely a slap on the wrist, end of quote. We're talking cities run by Democrat politicians elected by Democrat voters. One such Democrat is the new House leader, Hakeem Jeffries, who succeeded Nancy Pelosi. Apart from his once full-throated support of the anti-Semitic Louis Farrakhan and his equally anti-Semitic uncle Leonard Jeffries, a support he has more recently tried to walk back, there is the op-ed piece he wrote back in February 1992 when he was a student at Binghamton University in upstate New York. The headline, "The Black Conservative Phenomenon." Here are some excerpts. Quote, "There has been a recent trend in the black political arena which I believe threatens to sustain the oppression of the black masses. The phenomenon I refer to is the rise of the black conservative. The most notable indicator of this is the appointment of Justice Clarence Thomas to the United States Supreme Court. Perhaps the most frightening aspect of the rise of black conservatives," writes Hakeem Jeffries, "is that of their popular acceptance by the predominantly white media. Clarence Thomas, Colin Powell, and Shelby Steele are held as our leaders and pointed to as examples for us to follow. I find it suspect when the white power structure and their propaganda emissaries, the media, tell us who our leaders should be. The house Negroes," he writes, "didn't labor in the field. They were domestic servants. The house Negro was dressed up and was led to believe that he or she was better than those in the field. More importantly, the house Negro sought to emulate the white master. This emulation was not designed with the interests of the masses at heart. Rather, the motivating force was personal gain. The black conservative bias into the idea of the American dream, the dream in which hard work and perseverance eventually liberate benefits." He says the black Uncle Tom Negro buys into that. However, this totally ignores the economic reality of the country's capitalist system. Capitalism, writes Hakeem Jeffries, necessitates a population of a permanent underclass. Capitalism in a racist society means that the other class will be disproportionately black. The American dream, he continues, will never be a reality for most blacks living in a racist and capitalist United States. The black conservative strategy for our liberation is lacking. In fact, I question whether they believe their own rhetoric, end of quote. That's a mouthful, Mr. Jeffries. Tell this to this black witness and victim of crime at the recent congressional hearing held in New York City over the issue of crime in that city. Democrats suggested the entire hearing was a ruse to take attention away from Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's indictment of Donald Trump. But this witness wasn't having it.
Part of that lawsuit. But that's why we are here, and that's what we want to emphasize to you. And we're not insulting you. Your experiences are devastating. But the problem is that this is a charade to cover up for an abuse of power, that they are going around talking incessantly outside of this hearing about Donald Trump. And the purpose of this hearing is to cover up for what they know to be an inappropriate investigation. Now, I look forward, many of you are in New York City.
Please?
No, not right now, because I only have 20 seconds, I'm sorry. But I do want to
Don't insult my intelligence. That you're not.
Hang on, the gentleman's time.
I'm not
Okay,
insulting
you're trying to insult me like I'm not aware of what's going on here.
Thank you.
Okay?
The time
I'm
belongs to
fully aware of what's going on here.
gentleman. They will suspend. Gentleman gets another 15 seconds.
Thank you.
That's why I walked away from the plantation of the Democratic Party.
Committee will be in order.
Ms. Brame, what I was about to say is that as a representative of this city, I look forward to working with you, with Ms. Harrison, Mr. Holden, Mr. Borgen, all of you who are involved and engaged in our criminal justice system. Because, as I said, and my colleagues have referenced,
Gentleman's time
we
has
do
expired.
have a problem, not
Gentleman's
only
time-
in New York City, but around the country.
Gentleman's
So
time has
hopefully
expired.
we can
Gentleman
work
yields
together
back.
to reach real solutions, not charades like this. And I
Gentlelady
yield
from
back.
New York, Ms. Stefanik, is recognized for 5 minutes.
That's why I walked away from the plantation, she said, the Democrat Party. He didn't expect that. Inflation has consequences. As the Fed raises interest rates to combat out-of-control government spending, long-term bonds have diminished in value, crippling banks. Depositors are holding their breath, and investors are bailing on bank stocks. Diversification has never been more important. And the recent surge in gold prices is directly tied to the extreme market volatility right now. This is why gold has historically been a great hedge against the stock market and against inflation. Now would be a fantastic time to diversify into gold with Birch Gold Group. Birch Gold makes it easy to convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in precious metals. Here's what you need to do. Just visit larryforgold.com to get a free info kit on gold. They'll help you convert your existing IRA or 401k that's tied to a volatile market into an IRA in physical precious metals, gold and silver. And the best part, it's tax sheltered. So visit larryforgold.com to claim your free info kit on gold today with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers, and countless 5-star reviews. Birch Gold is who you can trust to protect your future. Visit larryforgold.com today. That's larryforgold.com. The Bud Light controversy has caused Anheuser-Busch to lose $6 billion in value. That's B as in bodacious. How could their marketing decision makers have been so boneheaded? For reasons which remain unclear to me, Bud Light chose a transgender male named Dylan Mulvaney, now a female, and who's a social media influencer, to represent their brand.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg. Woo!
Okay, and here's what country music star Brantley Gilbert did when throwing a Bud Light can of beer to him on a stage at a concert.
got a hair on your if you'll shotgun that son of a bitch. Of course he's got a knife. Get it, boy!
Not exactly this bud's for you. Well, reportedly, senior execs at Anheuser-Busch were blindsided by the Mulvaney ad and claimed they had nothing to do with it and did not know anything about it, which, if true, means they've got a deep state problem in their own organization with wokeism. Now, I know you like this show, so hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button. Let's get our subscriptions up. And then scroll down a little bit and get on our mailing list. That way you won't miss any of our videos. And you see that little round donate button? Hit that. Throw a little something in the tip jar. Make sure we can still give you hard-hitting, candid programming. Finally, LarryWithEpoch.com, LarryWithEpoch.com. I'm Larry Elder. This has been the Larry Elder Show for Epoch Times. We've got a country to save. I'll see you next time.